You know how close they are and what they said about each other, and that part even hurts even more. That when you look at each other, it will the most common denominator that you have is that feeling of losing.
And it's just so hard to think about it all with not imagining the scenario where, IKF's foot is 2 inches farther along and it's safe and we're all doing the celebration thing. It's just how close it was makes it so much more painful.
Yeah.
My 9-year-old son ruined. My wife was in tears. But, all I can take away from this group is how wonderful this was, how many great memories that team gave us. But also I was thinking about this from like a hockey perspective and the Leafs perspective. Think about the next generation of fans has had their run here, has had this moment where now my son wants to stay in baseball and we are going to take him out of it. And my wife wants to get a jersey, and Jays fans there's this growth in it. God, Leafs fans haven't had that. The next generation hasn't happened for them like this.
I know, but don't tell that to the guys that lost because
I know. I know. I'm talking about fans here.
Yeah, I know.
But for those guys, it's different. I know.
I grew up a Jays fan. This experience, the last 2 weeks, a month, I turned into a baseball fan. Like, there are times in June or July, you're in the fourth inning, like, you're not paying attention. But this game, I discovered what a fine line it is between winning and losing. Like, even a count, a simple thing is a pitch count, and how after every pitch, it's as if you feel like your collar getting tighter and tighter on every pitch. Like, I'm sitting there Saturday night, and I'm like, please a ball. Just please a ball. Throw a ball.
It is
walk
funny.
them. Walk them.
The game will start, and it's suddenly 2-0 count to Ohtani to start the game, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're ruined. He's going to see a strike.
And it's like, it's incredible on how truly this is a game of inches, and we know the play at the plate for sure, and the lead off, and people want to dissect that all. But, like, I get why they say it's so romantic. The sport is just so, like, it'll break your heart. I get it now. I totally get it. Unlike hockey a little bit, there's ways through the neutral zone that you can stay calm for a little bit, but pitch to pitch, it's almost impossible.
Here's
to stay calm.
Let me explain it to you better. There is literally half the game, but where nothing but bad things can happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're sitting there for 15, 20 minutes at a time, hoping for bad things not to happen after potentially nothing good happened for your team.
Totally.
To feel what it felt like in Game 7 when Bo Bichette hit that bomb off Shohei Ohtani, and to have the knowing that they didn't win. Like, bless my TikTok algorithm, it knows I don't want this.
Yeah.
Like, it's feeding me everything but this, which is a God bless algorithms. But I haven't seen a highlight of it. I haven't seen a highlight of one thing. But, like, I witnessed it live. I saw it fly. Like, that was supposed to be the moment. That was supposed to be the moment and they get in the top of the eighth or bottom of the eighth inning, they get Ernie Clement, the second base, on a leadoff double, and they can't get him home. And that, for me, is where the Toronto Blue Jays lost the game. You have to get that run home.
I also learned that I feel way better with a 3-0 hockey lead than I do a 3-0 baseball lead. It's like, it's not even close.
Well, yeah,
Not even
obviously.
close.
Yeah, for sure. And listen, like, I don't really know how much more I can say, but it was an incredible run, and it was a special group. I'm really, really upset for them that they didn't get to finish it off.
It would have been fun for years to go back and look at this, what they did. Yankees.
I mentioned
Mariners, Dodgers.
the terrific job our crew did at Sportsnet covering this thing from beginning to end. Caleb went on very emotional and said on Sportsnet that the baseball gods got it wrong.
God, I love that quote because he's right.
Do you believe that?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
He does terrific work. I just don't have the opinion that I believe that, just in terms of, I'll get my poppy here.
Oh, did it fall? Here's what I'll say. I mean, they outscored them by a bunch of runs. They, like it just
But pretty much every metric, they were the better team over the series.
far better team. And listen, our boy Caleb's taking a beating online, and I've seen a ton of people making fun of him, but I probably would have said something similar in the moment. It's really hard to go on as a team broadcaster who, played for the Jays.
Emotion, for sure. I get where he's coming from, and I get it, but I think this is the true beauty of sport is that it comes down to certain things, and there's such a fine line between winning and losing, and I think we just saw that. People are saying that the Dodgers are ruining baseball.
I don't agree with that.
And I don't agree with that either. Like, you cannot buy, even with $1 billion, you can't buy what they have.
Well, you can buy Yamamoto.
You can buy talent, Sam,
Yeah.
but what you can't buy is a group of guys that come together. And we were so focused on the Jays of being this true team that loves each other and watches bats. I don't think we paid enough attention to the Dodgers have that too. They have that too. Okay? And they were resilient, and they refused to die. They had every reason to die. The Jays had it, and they refused to die. That's not the golf. Can I get the sport right? That's not the baseball gods getting it wrong. When a team, champions, refuse to die.
Okay.
You're just, you're down to millimeters here, and I can't hold up the Dodgers as something better or brighter than what the Jays were after that series, particularly.
Well, they didn't get the guy. They had base runners. They didn't get them in. Now we go into the details and what a hanging. Okay, Trey, I love him, but they squeezed every last drop out of him, and then he goes up there, and he's probably a little overwhelmed, and he throws up a beach ball to Muncy. But that was a batting practice pitch.
Yeah, he also
crushed it.
He also got out of the 6th inning, and he did earn that spot.
Buddy, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you that that's you can only squeeze so much.
Like to ask.
I'm more in the agreement that maybe the Jays helped put it on a platter for them to take it, but they still took it.
Yeah,
right.
Listen,
and you still have to execute to take it.
They started, I don't think anyone has come in and said the Dodgers were a bad team. I do think that everyone's making the point that over the course of this playoff run of that series, head-to-head, the Blue Jays were the better team. I know they didn't get that final game. They lose by 1 in the 18th inning. They lose by 1 in the 11th inning. They beat the brakes off them 3 times.
They didn't make the pitches that they needed to at the right time. The base running was subpar, and you left runners in scoring position. I'm not sure how much.
But this is why
Game
it hurts
7
so much that by a toe, we got to come in here and argue about whether they deserved it or we deserved it. If you think the Dodgers deserved it.
I know.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's
what's
a
your
philosophy
point?
difference.
Yeah, it's
for sure.
And there's also there's the feel-good vibe that people have had throughout this whole thing where it's like people connected with this team on a personal level. George Springer battling through injury to stay in games, coming up with big hits. Bo Bichette with the knee surgery, can't even run the bases, hits a 3-run dinger. You got guys getting pegged by pitches left and right, and they kept coming up.
You fell in love with it.
And that's, absolutely. And that's why it had this vibe of like a movie where it's like it was destined to be. And the fact that it wasn't, I think, was just crushing. Absolutely devastating. McKee's not alone in feeling the way he's feeling.
I have to say that if there's one thing, the amount of people over the past 48 hours, well, whenever the game ended till now, however many hours that is, that have reached out to me and said, hey, man, love you, thinking about you, has been completely overwhelming. Like, truly. And it's like, I'm just a fan of a baseball team. Like, my dog didn't die. But like, the fact that people care enough to reach out to me and say, hey, I love you. I'm going through the same thing as you are. It feels pathetic to be as sad as I am right now. I can't. I guess that's why people, kind of identify with what I say, because I truly care and I truly And I know there's a lot of people that are probably looking to me to come on here and push back against Kipper, being like, oh, the Dodgers earned it by hitting 209 in the World Series and getting lucky on 2 plays. Like, I'm sure they want me to push back, but I just can't. I just can't. Like, Andy Paul has, if there's one thing that will haunt me until the day I die, is sure, IKF maybe, oh, you should have got a bigger secondary lead. They don't want to get doubled off at third base. Varsho hits hard line drives all over the place. They were coached to not go off first.
Yes.
I understand.
Yeah, and let's make that clear. That's what you're told. You don't go against a third base coach who wants you to.
If you want to blame IKF, the 26th man on this roster, and you think that's the reason they lost the World Series, be my guest. That won't be the thing that haunts me. Although you could have had for a slide, maybe mixing a slide. It's the Ernie Clement ball that was
warning track.
Absolutely
running back
roasted.
You just felt like the game was over as that guy's running back to the
well, I mean, off the bat, the sound and the look, and I mean, Pages comes out of nowhere. That to me will be the one that will always haunt me, because it's been Ernie Clement who's been the story of this postseason. Another unbelievable game in Game 7, and he has that picture of him sliding home that would have been on every T-shirt across the country for the rest of our lives. And you had this chance. It was the first pitch, and he roasted it. It's like, that is the one that'll keep me up at night. Not, Kirky being up there, getting his bat sawed off, like whatever. And Vladdy too, eh? Right down to the last inning of the last game. Hits a double off Yamamoto to start that inning. They can't cash him in. They've been money all year long with runners in scoring position, and when it mattered the most, it dried up. Varsho killed them in those 2 games.
Yeah. 6 and 7.
He absolutely killed them.
I'm telling you, it's painful to listen to Hoffman too talk about not being like he's the reason why they're not wearing.
I read the quote. I didn't see it or hear
championship rings, or
what did he say?
He just says
it cost everyone a
ring. Yeah, which is just
one pitch, and in baseball you're talking about a placement of
gut
6
wrenching.
inches different from where it should be, and it's
gut wrenching.
Yeah.
Anyways,
did you want to play stuff?
We promise.
Thank God.
We promise. We get to hockey. We got
listen,
John Michael Lyle's coming up.
You were going to make, okay, this is what makes me mad.
What's that?
You were potentially going to make me pour over the tape of my boy Ernie Clement crying.
I loved it.
Yeah, we weren't even going to play it. Like, I'm not listening to it.
I just love it because it's not baseball, hockey per se, or anything else. It's just, this is how you're supposed to be. This is how you win championships. If not this year, hopefully next year for the Jays. But this is what people want to see and feel. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of teams that don't get it right. And I just think it's a wonderful reminder to all of us. This is the difference between winning and losing championships, or at least getting yourself in a position to come as close as they did. The care.
I got to tell you, this is where I'm going to get like my, how I get. You guys know, everybody listen, you know how I get. This felt like a 1 in a million.